Greetings, toy heads, and welcome to another episode of Go Figure with me, your host, Eli Williams, the action figure show about news, reviews, collecting tips, customizations, kit bashing, everything that goes into this fun, nerdy hobby that you and I both love. And in this special episode, we're going to be doing an unboxing and review of the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series, Star Wars Ahsoka Tano. I happened to be at my local Meijer. Was actually looking for some different types of ice cream. Take my folks out to eat. And there was a Meijer nearby, and I'm like, hey, we're going to swing by Meijer. I'm going to pick up some stuff. And went down the toy aisle, and they had these marked down. I got this for 20, normally 25. They had them on sale. So I picked it up. I didn't really have any intentions of ever really getting this because, as far as I know, the 100% reuse of the Mandalorian / Book of Boba Fett Ahsoka, but I might be wrong. We'll do a compare and contrast because I have one, and we'll when we get her on the pedestal, we'll have a look. So here we've got Star Wars The Black Series. There you can see Ahsoka and all her Ahsoka-ness. Ahsoka Tano, warning, choking hazard. Don't put anything like this in your mouth. Just stop it. Ages 4+, Hasbro. On the side here, there is Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano in the collage, where it says Ahsoka Tano there on the bottom. On this side of the window, Star Wars Black Series. On the back here, we've got Ahsoka Tano and all the little multilingual blurb about her. There you can see that artwork again. Number 1 in this wave. Obviously, it's the main character. Jibbery jabbery legal jargon across the board, ages 0 to 3, you know what that means.
If your child is not born yet, they shouldn't play with these toys.
That's right, you're welcome. Disney, Hasbro, and then on the bottom here, more jibbery jabbery legal jargon, Houses of Klingon, and Barcode. I'm going to pop her out of the box, we're going to pop her on the pedestal, and we're going to do a compare and contrast with the other one and have ourselves a look. And here we have her on the pedestal. Let's have a look at her only 2 accessories. We have Ahsoka's lightsabers, a very unique design. You've got that, let's focus. We've got that, the smaller handle and the larger handle. Larger one having some black paint apps on there. But with those, not really translucent. They're very milky white blades. I guess they had to do that because otherwise they would have just been clear plastic and that would have looked weird. So they went with the sort of milky looking blades on those. But pretty much the same as the other one. They got the little hooks on there so you can hook them onto her belt if you want to do so, because the blades are removable, so you can pop that off, and it's the older style blade. That one looks really weak there, bothers me. So you don't have the little notches to kind of keep them in place from bending, but these are relatively straight, so yeah, no worries there. And then here we have Ahsoka, and Ahsoka stands at approximately between 5 and, well, actually, yeah, between 5.5 and 5 3/4 inches tall. Right there, actually, pretty much, well, almost to the top of her horns, about 5 1/4 to 5 3/4 to 6 inches tall. But her horns are the top of her tentacles or whatever those are, and putting her side by side here. Now I do have a robe. I got a custom robe from Josh's Custom Capes on Etsy for her. There are some, looks like, slight differences in the face. The head sculpt and the skin color, the orange seems to be a little bit more toned down, more like a fleshy orange color on the new one, and the body, I'm sure, is 100%. Well, I don't know. Actually, now that I'm holding them close together, it looks like the pants are a different shade. It looks like the pants on the new one are a little bit more charcoal, and the ones on the other one are more like a charcoal blue, like a dark blue. I don't know underneath here. If we can pull this up. I think that's relatively the same, other than this one's more gray, this one's more blue. Move her aside. So yeah, well, yeah, the face, there's definitely a little bit better on this one than this one. Considering that there are several months apart from them. So yeah, that's okay. All right, so it is a little bit different. The colorization of the costume is a little different. This one, well, up here this does look more of the blue, and then this is more of a charcoal. But other than that, I guess it's the same. So we've got pretty good face sculpt. I mean, it's a pretty good likeness of Rosario Dawson. I will say this too, it does look like the paint on the stripes on her headgear, tentacles, whatever those are supposed to be, is a little bit different. The zebra stripe thing is a little bit more pronounced on the old one than it is the new one. But we've got basically we got some arm strap wraps going all the way up to her bicep area. We've got some gauntlet guards there as well on the arms, as well on the hands. We've got those little brown fingerless gloves there. We've got that sleeveless kind of jumpsuit kind of thing going on with the blue and that dark charcoal going down to that brown belt with the silver paint app buckle on there, and the ties in the back hanging down just like the other one. I mean, this is a good looking figure, I have to admit, but it would have been better with cloth goods. Like I said and when I reviewed the other one, it would have been nice to have cloth goods. It has that same thing that like the Book of Boba Fett has. The Boba Fett from Book of Boba Fett. And well, I guess we don't really have the Book of Boba Fett in Star Wars Black Series. We have the Mando Book of Boba Fett. But yeah, so we've got those pantaloon sort of pants going down to the top of the boots there, where we've got some more of those guards, those silvery sort of guards in front of the shin guards in front of the boots there. We've got the black boots, and you can see the straps there in the back. Looking at articulation, again, with a head like this, you're not getting very far, but we do have a dumbbell going into the head with a ball going into the upper body. Can't really, I mean, you can get that head all the way around if you so desire, but you've got a pretty good tilt, head tilt with the dumbbell being in there. You're not really getting any up and forward or back on that because of the way that character is designed. Arms, we do have no butterfly joint, although it feels like there's one there, but there is not. Full rotation on the shoulders, shoulder hinge out to here to a T formation. It goes maybe a little bit higher, but no, not really. In Hasbro Star Wars Black Series fashion, single elbow with a swivel down to the wrist all the way around with an up and down on the wrist there. Ball joint mid-torso for some hula hoop and some swivel. There is also a waist. I don't know. That's probably that. I don't think she has a waist swivel. Yeah, that's just that turning. Legs out to there, actually, which was surprising to me the first time when I reviewed this. Out to there, and there is a thigh swivel under those pantaloons. And then we've got a single knee with a swivel there. And then going down to the feet where we have detents on the feet and a forward rocker. Let's get her sabers in her hands. I mean, and I've said this before, and I need to make a video on this, but I love Star Wars. And I really love Star Wars The Black Series. I wish, it really disappoints me every time I review one of these, because I feel like Hasbro, I almost said Kenner. I feel like Hasbro really cuts corners on Black Series, because when you look at like Marvel and especially G.I. Joe Classified series, with the articulations just leaps and bounds over these things, it's really disappointing. Even as like lacking in articulation as Indiana Jones Adventure series are, they're even above these. And I really need to do a video where I kind of look at Hasbro's sort of best and worst in the lines. But you know, she looks good. I'm actually kind of glad that I got her now, because there is slight differences. Nothing to write home about, but there are slight differences in those two things. Specifically with, I mean, the face paint, the tribal face painting that's on there is pretty much the same, but yeah, there's slight differences. So she's going on the shelf with the Ahsoka figures, and then this one is going to go back on the shelf with the Mando guys and everything. So all right, let's pop her off the pedestal. We'll line her up with some other characters, and we'll see how she scales up. Okay, here we've got her with the Medico Mafex Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Mutt and Junkyard, the Hasbro Marvel Legends Series Target exclusive Black Widow, and the Mattel DC Universe Classics Wonder Woman. All in all, I'm happy with her. I mean, you know, it's essentially the same figure that I already had, just slightly different colorization, slightly different paint job and skin tone. So I just, you know, I have an Ahsoka on my Mando shelf, and now I have an Ahsoka on my Ahsoka Rebels and miscellaneous Star Wars shelf. But yeah, I'll give her. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I just wish Hasbro wouldn't cut so many corners with the Star Wars The Black Series. I wish they had them up to par with like the Marvel Legends and the G.I. Joe Classified series. And I'm assuming also Power Rangers, but I don't have any Power Rangers, so I don't have a dog in that fight. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, 6 out of 10. I feel like they really need to improve on their articulation and construction and everything with these. But anyway, that'll do it for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Smash that bell so you can get information on all the good things coming out of my channel. You all have yourselves a great week and a great day. I'll see you next time. And until then, don't forget to get your figure on. Take care.